Our next story is about a football wonder kid. He's 16 years old, he plays for Spain, he's the youngest Euro goal scorer and he's now being compared to Lionel Messi. His name is Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal has totally blown everyone away. He's broken records that even Messi and Ronaldo could only dream of at his age. It's like he's from another planet. And he made history by becoming the youngest player ever to win a major tournament like the Euros or the World Cup. And he was only 17 years old. Let's put this into perspective. Even Messi and Ronaldo, considered the GOATs of this generation, hadn't played a single professional game when they were 16. And if you look at the guys who are expected to be the next big stars like Mbappe and Haaland, their stats at 16 aren't even close to Yamal's. Mbappe had only played a few games for Monaco, and Haaland was still playing in Norway. Even Wayne Rooney, who was known for breaking through early, hadn't played as much as Yamal at that age. But what really sets Yamal apart from these legends isn't just his age, it's the impact he's already having. Unlike most teenage prodigies who show flashes of greatness, Yamal is consistently performing at a level that many players twice his age aspire to. At just 16, he'd already played for Barcelona and Spain tons of times. His amazing performances for Barcelona made it impossible for the Spanish coach to ignore him, so he became the youngest player ever to play in the Euros. And just when you thought he couldn't impress anymore, Yamal took it to the next level at Euro 2024. He came out of nowhere and started playing like a superstar. Spain won the whole thing, and Yamal was a huge part of that. At just 16, he did something that only a few other Spanish legends like Fabregas and David Silva have done before. But this wasn't just a fluke. Yamal's rise started with a bang right from the first game. In Spain's first game against Croatia, he became the youngest player ever to play in the Euros. And get this, he didn't just play, he made a big impact. He even helped create a goal on his very first game. Talk about a dream debut. Honestly, I've got to give it to the Spanish coach for taking a chance on a 16-year-old kid in such a big game. And Lamine Yamal didn't let him down. He had a fantastic game, showing off some incredible skills. Yamal's performance was definitely a highlight. Spain went on to win the other two games, but even though he didn't score or assist, he definitely impressed everyone, including me. When Spain moved on to the knockout stage against Georgia, Yamal was on fire. He may not have scored a goal, but he was a total game changer. He set up Fabian Ruiz with a beautiful pass for a goal, and he created tons of chances throughout the game. Yamal was basically terrorizing the Georgian defense. The only thing missing was a goal, but he definitely tried his hardest. And the stats back it up. Yamal's performance was nothing short of insane. He was the only player at the Euros who created more than 10 chances and completed more than 10 dribbles. That's incredible. He also had 2 assists, making him the top assist provider of the tournament at that time. And get this, he was the first teenager since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2004 to have multiple assists at a Euro. Yamal kept his hot streak going against Germany, and he even set up a goal that helped Spain win 2-1. They moved on to play France, and that's when things got really interesting. There was all this talk about Yamal versus Mbappe, which I honestly didn't get. I mean, Mbappe is on a whole different level. But anyway, what really made the game against France interesting was when Rabiot, from the French team, said something stupid about Yamal in a press conference. Here's what he said. Rabiot thought he could pressure Yamal, but Yamal was way too quick for him. Rabiot tried to chase him, but Yamal just toyed with him, switched the ball to his left foot, and curled it into the top corner of the net. France's goalie didn't even have a chance. When the final whistle blew, Yamal was over the moon. He shouted into the camera, "Speak now!" Rabiot didn't say anything, which was probably for the best. He didn't want to make a fool of himself anymore. He'd just been schooled by a kid who was still doing his homework before coming to Germany. He really should have known about Yamal's talent beforehand. Even if you don't believe in destiny, you shouldn't mess with someone who seems destined for greatness after he was blessed by Messi himself when he was a baby. Yamal's journey in the Euros took another incredible turn as Spain advanced to the final, making history in the process. He became the youngest player ever to play in a major tournament final. Can you believe it? He's in the same company as Pelé. But here's the crazy twist. German laws don't allow players under 18 to work past 11 p.m. on a Sunday. So, if the game went into overtime, Spain would have had to pay a huge fine or take Yamal out of the game. But they didn't care. They were ready to pay the fine just to keep Yamal on the field. Luckily, they didn't have to, as Yamal delivered an outstanding performance, setting up Nico Williams' goal and forcing Pickford to make some great saves. Yamal didn't just break records. He was a total beast at the Euros. He was involved in more goals than anyone else, with 1 goal and 4 assists. He set up more goals than anyone else in the history of the Euros, and he was involved in goals in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and final. No one else has ever done that. Of course, he was named the Young Player of the tournament, and to top it all off, that was just 2 days after his birthday. Talk about the best birthday gift. While Yamal's age might suggest he's just getting started, his performance positions him among the best in the Euros. With 4 goals created, 16 chances made, and 6 big chances crafted, his stats are the kind we usually associate with legends like Messi. The fact that a 17-year-old is pulling this off is absolutely mind-blowing. It's thrilling for any football fan. We don't need to start comparing him to Messi because that's unfair. But we definitely need to acknowledge that what we're seeing is something truly special. But even with all this talent, some people insist we be patient with Yamal. They say he's still just a kid, but the hype train is out of control now. Yamal's story is already legendary. It's no surprise that he's so good at football. He learned his skills at La Masia, the best soccer academy in the world. Even Xavi, who's one of the most famous players to come out of La Masia, was amazed by Yamal. With his incredible skills and records that might never be broken, Yamal is truly a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Barcelona is fully aware they have a superstar on their hands, and they're not selling Lamine Yamal for anything, not even a world record price. I heard they turned down a crazy offer of 250 million euros before the Euros. It's rumored to be from PSG, who also tried to get him earlier this year with a 200 million euro bid. Barcelona might be broke, but they're not letting Yamal go. He has a release clause of 1 billion euros, but that's not happening, no matter how good he is. Yamal's performances in the Euros were unbelievable. He not only embarrassed Rabiot, but also outshone Mbappe, another incredible talent who made a big name for himself when he was young. However, we need to keep the hype around Yamal in check. Players like Ansu Fati and Bojan Krkic struggled under the weight of comparisons to Messi, so it's important we protect Yamal from something similar. But let's not forget, Pelé became a legend at just 17. There's no denying that Yamal has the potential to reach those heights. With Lamine Yamal's incredible journey just beginning, what does the future hold for this rising star? Will he continue to break records and rewrite history? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. And while you're here, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button.